here to do a project for my communications class, and I have to do a social justice issue, and my social justice issue is child welfare, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about child welfare and more about it. I chose child welfare, and I've been researching it for the entire semester, and I have chosen to talk more broad on foster care and adoption and how it affects people. And so I'm here to kind of it's a performative speech to talk to you all, but I'm going to try and persuade you about adoption and foster care for other people. This is one fact is, think about having to constantly move around from home to home. Studies suggest that 40% of the youth in foster care, up to 80% of these children, exhibit a serious behavioral or mental health problem requiring intervention. This is because children are forced to go from home to home and they really have nowhere to go, and so they are just have these problems, behavioral problems, and they need just a home to be with and food and just a loving family. You can actually help even at your age if you're obviously not ready to have children. You guys are just college students, and you can become a big brother or big sister to a child in an orphanage or a child in foster care. And what you do is you just sit with them and you talk to them, and they just talk to you, and then they have someone that reaches out to them that you can vent to and that you can just tell all your problems. Also, many other things that you can do besides becoming a big brother or big sister to these children. And a lot of these children only need to be with their families. They already have families, but their families can't really have them anymore because they can't afford their own children. And so what you can do is you can help by donating money to these families, or you can help them by getting these families with the right resources to get their children back. And that's also one of the biggest helps to these children. Another thing that a person named Gangster said was, but then there are orphans who already have a family who wants to raise them, but can't feed them. So they end up in orphanages that can't feed them. Many orphans in Congo fall into that second category. They don't need a new family, they need assistance reuniting with the ones they already have. And so this is something so easy that you can just do, is donating or just being there for these children. I wrote a poem about foster children and adoption, and so that's what I'm going to read right now. They ask for nothing, needing only an open heart and someone to love them. They are the innocent, in training to become leaders of the world. See me smile, see me laugh, see the flashbacks of my past. Why don't I have a mom, a dad, a brother or sister? Why am I alone? Every child needs a loving and supportive family. Give a home to the wanted. Adoption is an option. To give care for better welfare. Children fill homes with joy and happiness. Are you aware of foster care? Help a heart and do your part. Adoption is a great option. Adoption can give the ability to a child's happiness and a better life. Do something this season, maybe give a gift to a child in need, or someone they can simply just talk to. Everyone deserves someone, especially during the Christmas season. In conclusion, I would like you guys to really reach out and help these children, become a big brother or a big sister to a child in need, or maybe think about adoption for when you're older and ready to have kids. Also, you can help someone that wants to have kids but maybe can't. Tell them that adoption is such a good option for them, and that there really are children struggling and need help. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Lauren, and for my communications class, we have to do a social justice performative speech. And we have been searching our social justice themes throughout the entire year, and I chose mine on child welfare. And child welfare is sort of a broad topic, so I decided to break it down into two things, and the two things that I chose are adoption and foster children. And so what I wrote a poem, and so I'm going to read you guys a poem, and I'm going to give you guys some statistics about foster care and adoption. So, the first statistic I have was written by Peter Pokora, and he said, think about having to constantly move around from home to home. Studies suggest that 40% of youth in foster care, up to about 80% of these children, exhibit a serious behavioral or mental health problem requiring intervention. This is because a lot of kids are forced to be in a home where they don't want to be, and so they begin to have these behavioral problems, and they just can't handle it anymore, and they have to go to therapy, and they have to deal with living with a family that they don't even love. I've done a lot of research about it, and I've also found out a lot about adoption and how easy it is to actually adopt, and there is a lot of paperwork involved, and we can make this process easier. but for now, adoption is going to be a little bit harder to do, but it's worth it to give a child something that they really need. And this is another quote by Peter Gangshart, and he said, "But then there are orphans who already have a family who wants to raise them, but can't feed them. So they end up in orphanages that can feed them. Many orphans in Congo fall into that second category. They don't need a new family, they need assistance reuniting with the ones they already have. This is because a lot of them have families, but their families can't have them anymore because they don't have the money and they can't afford to have their own children. So what I want you guys to try and do is you can donate money to these families, and you can help them out, and they can be reunited with their family again. Or another thing that is really simple to do, and it could change a child's life, is become a big brother or big sister to a child who is in an orphanage. And this is like huge to them. This means that there's someone to talk to for them, and this means that like they always have someone with them, and they can vent to, and just someone will be there all the time. And then, so now I'm going to read you my poem that I wrote about foster kids and orphanages and adoptive kids. They ask for nothing, needing only an open heart and someone to love them. They are the innocent, in training to become leaders of the world. See me smile, see me laugh, see the flashbacks of my past. Why don't I have a mom, a dad, a brother, or a sister? Every child needs a loving and supportive family. Give a home to the wanted. Adoption is an option. To give a child care for better welfare. Children fill homes with joy and happiness. Are you aware of foster care? Help a heart and do your part. Adoption is always the great option. Adoption can give the ability to a child's happiness in a better life. Do something this season. Maybe give a gift to a child in need, or someone they can simply just talk to. Everyone deserves someone, especially during this Christmas season. In conclusion, I would like you guys to really think about adoption further in your life. Or if you know someone that's having trouble having kids and really want kids, tell them adoption is like an amazing option instead of just having like having them have a sperm donator. Or adoption is always one of the best options ever, and it's always that easy. And so you can become a big brother, or big sister. And I researched a lot about it, and I will hand you guys out websites where you guys can find these big brothers or big sisters, and it's a great thing you can do. Thank you.